Dottie, you're still doing it, lady. My goodness. Dottie, where are you usually? I know you've written over about over 100 songs.
1,400.
What?
1,400. The last count I had.
1,400 songs. Where are you usually when you feel a song coming on?
According to what kind of songs they are, sweetie. If they're broken songs, I'm usually had a heartache, or usually had a friend that disappointed me, or lost a loved one, or going through a trying time of the gift. The gift demands a lot of you, and sometimes I can be there. Or I can be touched by a crippled child, or a sick child, or a senior citizen. I love those. They're special people.
Yes.
And I write songs in that vein. See, all songs are children. We just dress them differently. When I sing I Go to the Rock, they're all dressed up in funky clothes, see? But if it's I just came into his presence, it's a very sacred, sweet, maybe white lace outfit, see? And they're all differently. It's the moods we're in. And realms that we get into in songwriting, there is 1 to 7 dimensions of writing, of realms. When I wrote Holy Spirit, Thou Art Welcome Behind the Iron Curtain, I was in the 7th realm of the Spirit. I felt like I couldn't go any higher. And the Lord takes you in different avenues to give you different styles.
Dottie, when you write a song, and I've always wanted to ask you this, when you write a song, do you have to, how do I want to say it? Can you just sit down if you decide to and write a song, or does it have to be inspiration?
Well, after you write, well, I was 8 years old and I started writing, and I'm not about to tell you how many years that is. But after that long, yes, see, the gift always operates. And
you think
I could rhyme
you feel it's really a gift from the Lord then? It's a God-given gift.
There's no doubt about that. See, that happened to me when I was 8 years old and scared me to death. I was down in a little creek behind our house, and I ran for 2 miles as hard as I could go to tell my mother that something had happened to me, with my feet sitting in the water, and a little poor gal from 11 kids and about to have a broken home. And I said, Mother, and her father was an old-fashioned Baptist preacher, and I said, Mother, I kind of felt like I think Grandpa does when he preaches. Something happened to me, and I was laughing and crying, and I didn't know about being saved or getting the Holy Spirit. But God knew that the little heart of a little part Cherokee gal that loved to give away what God gives me, he just zapped it in my heart, and it's there no matter what happens in life. To me, the gift always operates.
What's the first song you ever wrote?
You don't want to hear that, darling, because it wasn't about Jesus.
It wasn't. What was the first song about Jesus you wrote?
I really don't remember that.
You don't remember?
I honestly don't. Some of them, one of the earliest one that Governor Jimmy Davis, who was twice governor of Louisiana, I've been writing for him for 18 years, but one of the very first songs to be recorded was my oldest song. It's called There's Nothing God Can't Do.
Oh, amen. And you really believe that, don't you?
I sure do, Tammy. And you do too, don't you?
You've had a lot of experiences in your life that let you to know that there's nothing God can't do.
There's no doubt. I could go to the furthest ends of the world, and I find out that if I really want total peace in my heart, God's got to be the master of it.
He must be.
And it's easy. See, I have a new song called Lord of Me. It's easy to make him Lord of the mountains and the wild rolling seas, and to claim he made all the creatures and all the gardens and everything.
Easy,
but man, when you say, God, take my desires and be Lord of me, master my ship, and tell me when to and when not to, that's really the hardest part, Tammy. It is.
There's been a couple of your songs that you've written that I can't sing. I'd have to get into a real special spot to sing them because, you know, you got to really, what do you feel like when you, are there certain songs that you can't sing, like that the lyrics are just too much and you're not quite in that spot where you're willing to go through that certain...
Exactly.
Like Doris Akers wrote a song called Lord, Don't Move That Mountain. And I sang it one time, and I said, I don't think I'll ever sing it again because I want my mountains moved, you know.
Really.
I don't want any, you know, please move my mountains, Lord.
Well, see,
what do you feel about songs like that, Dottie?
See, Tammy, what singers and writers sometimes fail to remember is when we sing, we that are Holy Spirit filled and love my Lord, when we sing, we're only preaching with a melody, see it, and I'm very careful of the lyrics that I write, and I dig into my word, and I try to have it commercial. Now, that's a dirty word with a lot of folks, but the world listens for commercial sounds,
they do.
you know, whether it's the arrangement of the song or a great orchestra like Thurlow has here and these great singers. They turn on PTL and they flip across them singing Joy and Peace and all that they sing. They say, hey, man, that's good sound. They're in tune, they're in step, they've got a great rhythm going. And so we use the word commercial, you know, and I think that we have to be careful. We can get at a thin line for that, but I try very hard to reach out to a span of people and go in different avenues with rock sound gospel, sacred sound gospel, but I'm always careful of the lyric.
Yes.
Because, man, we better know what we're saying.
Well, that's what I think, too. I think you've got to be very careful what you sing.
You do.
You know, I've got certain songs that I just cannot sing, and I was just wondering how if you felt the same way about that, you know.
Well, the thing of it is, if you probably sang it at the time you felt that way, Tammy, you felt like you were singing a lie. You might as well tell a lie, you know.
Yeah.
And that's true. There's an old song back years ago when Buck and I started evangelizing as kids, you know. There was a song that the lyrics said, "I'll go anywhere you want me to. Makes no difference about the price. Lord, I'll make the sacrifice," see? And then when we came along and Reba's 10 and she's with spinal meningitis and the doctor says she's going to die and you don't have the money even to pay the hospital bill and you're wondering, you know, what to do. And then you go back and you say, "Oh, God, do I have to sing that song?
Yeah.
You know, do I have to?" So I've laid off a few songs, and I'm sorry to break up everything, but Joy, would you hit a key for Lord of Me? Let me sing to Tammy. Will you jump into me? It's easy to make him Lord of the heavens, of mountains, deep rolling seas. Are you listening to me?
I'm listening.
Lord of the creatures of the earth beneath us, but hard to make him Lord of me. Here we are, Tammy. You know my nature, 'cause I'm your creation. You know just how weak we can be. But you know my heart, Lord. You know what I long for is to just make you Lord of me. And it's Lord of all my yesterdays and Lord of days yet to be. Lord of all my heart desires, most of all, be Lord of me. That's it.
I love it, Dottie. I love it.
We didn't plan that, but it felt right.
Oh, it did feel right.